This is the West Bank, known in Israel as Judea and Samaria. It is a land of ancient history and modern conflict. For months, a different kind of violence, separate from the war in Gaza, has been intensifying, a trend that is now drawing sharp focus from local and international leaders. This is a story about a surge in settler violence, the official condemnation it has sparked, and the complex reality of law enforcement in a deeply divided territory. On November 16, 2025, after a growing number of violent incidents, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu broke his public silence on the issue. Speaking at the weekly cabinet meeting, the Prime Minister vowed to act. "We will take very forceful action against the riots against IDF soldiers, against Palestinians, and against IDF soldiers, because we are a nation of laws, and a nation of laws acts in accordance with the law." Netanyahu was clear to draw a distinction, calling the violent perpetrators a minority that does not represent the large community of law-abiding, loyal settlers. His statement came just days after IDF Chief of Staff Lieutenant General Eyal Zamir also issued a strong condemnation. Zamir called the acts a red line that divert the attention of our forces from fulfilling their mission. He stated, "The IDF will not tolerate phenomena of a criminal minority that besmirches a law-abiding public." But what is the scale of this phenomenon? The answer depends on who you ask. According to figures from the United Nations, attacks against Palestinians by settlers in the West Bank reached an all-time high in October, since tracking began in 2006. The UN alleged at least 264 attacks in that month alone, with around 1,500 recorded incidents so far in 2025. The Israeli Defense Forces' own figures differ, but also show a significant rise. The IDF recorded 86 incidents of nationalistic crime in October, compared to 25 in the same period last year. This spike in violence has coincided with the annual olive-picking season, traditionally a period of heightened friction. The incidents reported have been severe. On Wednesday, a mosque in the village of Deir Istia was allegedly torched and defaced. A day earlier, a large-scale arson attack reportedly targeted factories and farmland between Nablus and Tulkarem. This pattern has alarmed Israeli leaders, including President Isaac Herzog, who described the attacks as shocking and grave. It has also drawn attention from Washington U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio, was quoted last week expressing concern about events in the West Bank spilling over. But condemnation is one thing. Enforcement is another, and here the story becomes more complex. Hours after Netanyahu's comments, police detained 3 settlers with makeshift weapons. 2 were held in custody, while a minor was released to house arrest. Yet, in the case of the large-scale arson attack on Tuesday, 3 of the 4 Israeli suspects arrested were released a day later. This points to a deeper, long-term challenge. According to data from the Israeli human rights group Yesh Din, the record on prosecution is stark. From 2005 to 2024, about 94% of investigation files into settler violence ended without an indictment. Just 3% led to a full or partial conviction. Meanwhile, Channel 12 News has reported a sharp decline in the number of police investigations opened, a 73% drop since 2023, under the oversight of National Security Minister Itamar Ben Gvir. The situation leaves all parties in a precarious position. The Israeli government faces international pressure and internal division, vowing to act as a nation of laws. The IDF finds its forces diverted, and for Palestinians in the West Bank, the daily reality remains one of uncertainty as a decades-old conflict continues to write new, volatile chapters.